We've never been that sick in our lives, and we had no choice at that point but to stop. Everything stopped. We didn't leave the house for 4 weeks, guys. Every time we started getting to a point where we could get back in the game again, we get slammed down again, whether it was Mercedes or me. But there were times while all this was happening that I wasn't sure I was going to make it through. Welcome back to the RV Odd Couple. My name is John.
And I'm Mercedes, and long story short, we're trying to pursue freedom, independence, and adventure here, but we're just frankly glad we're alive right now.
Yeah, it's never a straight hill up, right guys? It's been up and down, and boy, what an adventure Thunder Canyon has been. So as you guys know, we started remodeling Thunder Canyon a year ago in June. It came up to a big grand opening on the 4th of July. We worked ourselves just about to death. And we were burnt out mentally, physically, and ultimately spiritually was what really got us, because we got so focused on the project. We thought we kind of forgot to take care of ourselves, right?
You know how you divide the medical people that you can save, the ones you can't, and it's like the last year we've been screaming, tourniquet, tourniquet, tourniquet. But as medics, I guess, of the squad, we haven't been taking care of ourselves. And it all built up to the perfect storm. I mean, you look at the things that happened like months before the 4th of July grand opening, and the pressure of trying to open something that we have so many people coming for. And I mean, we got hit really hard beforehand, and then this big event is just the perfect storm.
We filled the park, everything works perfectly. We've got Thunder Canyon, we did it correctly. Everybody had a great time. But by the end of that weekend, it was funny because the last day, we went live the last day. We did a prayer for our nation on 4th of July morning with 100 plus people over there.
Yeah.
And at the end of that, we had all these people come up, and this wasn't on camera, but everybody kind of started praying on us.
Yeah.
And Mercedes and I have been saying for months, we're pushing it too hard, but we couldn't stop. We couldn't slow ourselves down. And so long story short, we started getting sick the day after everybody started leaving, and man, we've never been so sick in our lives, guys. I swear to God, I didn't think I was going to make it some days.
So bottom line, we have all these people pray for us, for our well-being, for our marriage, and then we get sick for a month.
I've been saying for months, we need to take a break. We had planned on taking off to Colorado right after we had done the grand opening. God had different plans for us, right? We planned, God laughs. And so
you've said you've wanted to take a month off now for a really long time.
Well, I knew we needed a month off because we were burnt out. Guys, our house isn't even finished here at Thunder Canyon. We've been living in this place for 7 months with no furniture. We have a bed and we have desks that we work at. We go around the clock, non-stop, but we hadn't had time to set up a couch so we can sit on and relax once in a while.
And that's how crazy, like our whole house wasn't in order, and you can't transmit what you haven't got, you know? And so it's like every time you walk around a mess in your house and you decide not to take care of it, in the back of your mind, even though you've walked past it, it's still there. It's still heavy. And between all the stuff in our house and then all the stuff in Thunder Canyon, it was just weighing on us. And I think it weakened our immune systems.
Ultimately, guys, it all came to a head. Mercedes and I ended up getting this sebaceous sickness. That's what I call it, because you can't say certain words. And the day after the event, people started leaving, and Sage got sick, then Mercedes got sick, and then I got sick. And it's a crazy sickness. A lot of you guys have had it. Yeah. It's just the strangest one because it came in like waves. And every time we thought we were getting a little bit better, we'd get slammed down again. Mercedes would get a temperature, jump up to 103, and then the next day it was fine. Really? I was sleeping 16, 18 hours a day.
So he breaks the rib, and then he gets sick. It settles into his lungs.
I got pneumonia. I ended up getting pneumonia, and boy, it was probably the scariest experience of my life because I couldn't breathe. If I get up to walk from the couch to the kitchen to make a cup of coffee, I just couldn't breathe. I didn't eat for a week. I completely lost my appetite. And every morning it got so scary. I'd step on the scale to see where I was at. One morning actually I started to cry because I couldn't stop the weight loss and I couldn't eat anything. Every time I put something on my stomach, I threw it up, or I felt like I was gonna, I felt horrible.
We didn't get into one fight. It was...
That's true.
We got along so good that month. But I guess it's only because you can't fight when you can't breathe.
That's really true. We were in the house, like, what do you call
Sick
those?
as dogs.
Sick as dogs. We couldn't leave the house, but yet we Mercedes, I, Sage, we went back to back. We
Yes.
took care of each other. We loved each other through it. We prayed through it, and we ultimately got through it. But I didn't even think of that. We didn't have one argument the whole time.
One argument. It was just about our health. Are you okay? And whoever was stronger would take care of the other. But yeah, now I realize the reason we didn't fight is because you couldn't breathe, so you didn't have the energy to
I didn't have
fight
anything
me.
left, and with the pneumonia, every time I coughed, I felt like I was going to
His
die.
rib too. So every time he coughs, it hurts him, but you have to cough to get it out.
Yeah.
So he was in a lose-lose.
It sucks getting old, you guys, and most of you can relate to that.
For me, you know how the illness impacts everyone differently. Well, for me, I couldn't taste, and my stomach was just in knots, so I couldn't like eat anything. I lost 10 pounds in a week. It was amazing. I mean, I was sick as can be, and I was weak, and I was lethargic.
She's losing weight and it's picking her up, and I'm losing weight and crying that, man, I got to stop this weight loss. This is getting crazy. I'm going to shrink to nothing.
I'm like, woohoo!
And she's partying because she's losing the weight. Man, I hope we're sick longer.
I know. Yeah, I'm gonna start licking doorknobs if I want to lose weight again.
Oh, no, God.
Another piece that kind of added to that perfect storm of why I think everything hit us so hard is while we were here sick as dogs, we had a really big realization. What we realized is that, yes, we are going to go RVing and do things from time to time. But on certain dates, we're committing to being here at Thunder Canyon.
Exactly.
And so getting clear on times that we can, peel away and go see family in Colorado, but also times where the obligation of being here really hit us, and we were reflecting back, and these months have been so chaotic. We've had people come and visit, and we haven't gotten a chance to really spend time with them.
Yeah.
And that really bothers us because we know that they went through a struggle. They drove, they, gave of their time to come here, and we didn't get to spend time with them. That really bothers us. So
well, it bothered us, and more importantly, the thing that carried us through the past year and all the workload was
The
people
people.
coming in.
Yeah.
And getting to know each one of our members that came from all over the country to visit with us. We'd have a fire, we'd break bread, we'd pray together every single day here at Thunder Canyon, and that's what kind of helped us carry it through.
I was struggling with depression because I felt like a horrible person because I'm laying down so much. I felt like a total loser.
That's another great point. I mean, one of the things that was really brutal for us is we're doers.
Yeah.
And to stay still and not do anything is one of the hardest things we can do.
And
is do nothing.
And people are worried about us. They're like asking us, "Are you okay? What's going on? What's going on? We're worried about you." And we're feeling like crap because I feel like I'm failing you guys, but I don't have the space to like email everyone back right now and tell them.
Yeah, and we had no choice at that point but to stop.
Everything.
Everything stopped. We didn't leave the house for 4 weeks, guys. Every time we started getting to a point where we could get back in the game again, we get slammed down again, whether it was Mercedes or me. But there were times while all this was happening that I wasn't sure I was going to make it through there.
Well, and not just that. What are we going to do differently so we never have to experience that again, right? If I don't have that physical health, there's no video, there's no answering emails, there's no answering phones. Like if you don't put first things first and, put the big rocks in first, that kind of thing.
And that's what ended up happening, guys. Boy, I've never felt so old in my life. I mean, it's been a come to Jesus moment for me personally, where I got to start taking care of myself. We are so blessed with this channel, with our community, with the RV Odd Squad, with Thunder Canyon. This place is absolutely gorgeous. Everyone who comes here absolutely loves it. And the community that we built along the way is second to none, guys. We did hikes, we did ice cream socials, we danced together. We did a dunk tank, right?
All the years of marriage. You ready? Oh!
The dunk tank was a trip. It was
Yeah.
fantastic. I dressed up as Uncle Sam. I dressed up on the live.
Yankee Sam, Yankee John. So one of the things that we can do to better communicate with you guys on the Thunder Canyon website, we've actually created an events page so you can see the upcoming events and you can start making those reservations. Because I know for some of you, if you're working, you need time off or whatnot, the earlier you can plan that out, the better.
Yeah, we're planning a year out so that on these special event weeks, Mercedes and I will definitely be here
Yeah.
and spend time with you. Pretty much, if there's going to be a Monday holiday, a national holiday and a Monday, that 3-day weekend is going to be something special. Mercedes and I will be here. We're not leaving anytime soon. We will eventually start to RV again, but if you want to come Thunder Canyon, we're going to give you some dates. All you members are going to have an events list. It's going to lay out when those dates are.
Private events,
Yeah,
community.
book Thunder Canyon. Just come see what God did here, guys. One of the other things that we're announcing is that we're doing monthly rates here at Thunder Canyon for $750 a month, plus your electricity. So if you want to become part of something really special and come down and camp with us for a month, get involved, you know, and if you help, we've got all kinds of cool perks. But we plan on doing bonfires and cookouts and, you know, what do you call those? What do I call it?
Oh, potlucks.
We're doing potlucks, right? The best times we had was when we got together as a group and we
And
went
just spent time
hiking
together,
or
yeah.
just sat around a corner and talked and laughed.
Or broke
you know?
bread, had some breakfast together.
Right.
As much as you guys like hanging out with us, you guys have also started to develop really cool bonds with one another.
We have members of the RV Odd Squad traveling together all over the country.
Yeah,
now.
they've met here and then now they do other things together.
Best friends.
What's really special about these events is that, so maybe we have a holiday weekend, but we're actually going to start celebrating it a little bit earlier. So like the week up to the event. So yeah, you don't have to be there the whole time, but if you can get there earlier, we'll have more one-on-one time together because it'll be less crazy.
Yeah, we'd love for you all to come for at least a week. 2 weeks if you can. A month would be amazing. We actually
Yeah.
grown some really good friendships with people who have come
Day in and day
and
out.
spent a week. You know, they've really become part of our lives now, and we stay in touch with all those guys. Our membership is about to explode, you guys.
Crazy
Mercedes and I
benefits.
are so fired up, and we got clear vision. Thunder Canyon's done. Now it's time to get back to those who support us. We're continuing to bring new products in and giving those to you at wholesale for our founding members. But as you can see, that's about all that's left. And I can breathe again.
Yeah. So when someone has like pneumonia, you want to like hit them really hard, like with percussion. So not only is he sick, not only he can't breathe, not only he has a like broken rib, but I'm like
She's
whacking
hitting my
the
back
crap.
every time I cough because she's worried that this stuff is really going to
I'm
settle
helping
in.
him get it out.
But I mean, it got bad. I was on breathing treatments 3
Yeah.
or 4 times a day. I'd sit there and I hated doing that in front of stage because it just made me feel so old. My oxygen level got down to 88, 89 at the low.
Yeah.
And now it's back up 97, 98. So it was just a scary, scary time. And I really wasn't sure I was going to make it.
Well, and it kind of puts everything in perspective. What matters, what doesn't matter. You know, you ain't got nothing if you don't got oxygen in your lungs and food in your belly, you know?
And now it's time to move on to the next chapter of the RV Odd Couple here at Thunder Canyon. We plan on bringing you some really cool videos over the next few months. We're going to be adding solar to our rig. We're going to be doing some prepping. We're going to be talking about living off grid. We've got a gorgeous property here. We may be building a beautiful cabin here. We're going to take you along for the adventure as we have all along and share all of it with you. The good, the bad, the ugly, and even the embarrassing. And we really hope you take the time to come down and visit with us and spend some time with us so we can finally get to know who you are on that side of the camera. So thank you, thank you, thank you for the love, the thoughts, the prayers that have poured in. We really believe that they hailed us.
They
Prayer
carried
works.
us.
And we'll
We'll see you in the next video.
see you in the next video.